All right, fans, we're about to get started. There's the kickoff with the next contest, and we're going to go straight to the field. Like I said, we're just rocking and rolling today. So the Atlanta Elite Voodoo wearing the black and gold. And the MDVU Ferrari Boyz, or the DMVU Ferrari Boyz, pardon me, they're wearing the black and silver. So on the return, it gets them to the 50-yard line. Ferrari Boyz having won the toss, or having received, pardon me. And didn't realize they didn't have the chain crew out there. Had us fooled too. Didn't realize they were starting right off the bat because there was no chain crew. So, but nonetheless, we're underway as they get the stick set. Great competitive contest. There's the snap. Number 11, the ball carrier. So 2-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line for the Ferrari Boyz. To give once again to number 11. And he's going to work his way to the 45-yard line. And so it'll be 3rd and 5 as they matriculate down the field. So let's see what they do. They're going to go 3 wide. 2 men in the backfield. They hand it off once again. And he's going to run into a sea of gold and black. And that's going to be 4th and about 3. That ball at the 43-yard line. And so the big men come out. Number 20 comes in. And they're rotating linemen. And I can definitely understand them going for it from this position. He steps it off for a punt. So I guess that's what they're going to do. Number 10 back deep to receive. Makes the fair catch. And it takes a super nice bounce for the Ferrari Boyz. So L.A. Mike calls the fair catch. And ATL Elite Voodoo will start their first drive from the 20-yard line. We're coming to you from Johnson C. Smith University, Eddie C. McGirt Field from lovely Charlotte, North Carolina. And that pile continues to shuffle around. And it'll be a gain of 3 yards on the play. Voodoo looks like they're going to go tempo. They go to the sideline, get the play. Man directly under center. L.A. Mike makes the handoff. And they're just trying to push the pile. They get to the 26-yard line. number 20, the ball carrier. So they're showing strong right. They get set. There's the toss. And number 12, the first to arrive. Wait a minute. Number 10 breaks free. How about that? Wait a minute. They're saying that it may have been blown dead. L.A. Mike thought that maybe there's the appearance of a turnover. So that ball back at the 23-yard line is fourth down. Man, nothing happening on the left. Oh, the ball's going to be turned over on downs. I can't believe that they went for it. So that, and I've got to wonder what the coaches were thinking. I understand you want to establish something, but that to me is, I always say wisdom is the better part of valor. And, you got to look at the situation for what it is. And I'm a former military guy. So when I'm thinking strategy in my mind, it's at a whole different level. And also having been involved with football a number of years, including coaching, I would have punted that thing away. I would not give a dangerous team like the Ferrari Boyz that short of a field this early in the contest or at any time in the contest. Number 4 gets the pass completed. So it'll gain 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball is going to get to the 22. So they check with their officials, the receivers do. And you got to ask yourself this question: what kind of spot are you putting your defense in when you do that? I mean, if you telling them you want to test them, I guess that's what you do. Number 12, the ball carrier, is going to be wrapped up right at the 20. Number 27 coming up to make the stop, along with Big Double Ott down there, and number 2. Oh, no, the ball's on the ground, and they're trying to figure out. They're trying to get a grip on it. And so it's going to keep moving with the Ferrari Boyz. And so it'll be 4th and 7. And if this gets turned over on downs, then call me wrong. I still wouldn't have taken that chance, though, by giving them this sort of a field position. But given the fact that I would have wanted to return the favor, I guess I would say. I'd try to punt it and then put them back near the 50 somewhere. Number 7 looking for somebody downfield, puts it up, and nobody in the area. So that'll be turned over on downs. Number 13, the Wild Man, the only one in the area. So the Voodoo will take over on offense. On a bizarre series right there. So that ball effectively doesn't move anywhere. So they're going to get the clock adjusted to 3:53. So the ball spotted at the 24-yard line. There's the handoff. Number 10, the ball carrier. He's going to be wrapped up by a number of black jerseys. That's L.A. Mike. And we have an injured player on the field. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back. So the formation is strong left. X, the ball carrier. He's going to get to the 32-yard line. So he'll be about a yard short of a first. It'll be 3rd and 1. And the Ferrari boys are going to take a timeout. We'll be right back to the C1N Halloween Showcase in just a moment.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone. Because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
All right. You see our on-the-field camera there. That's something we like to do, is bring you that exclusive look from the on-the-field perspective. And looks like they're going to have enough to move the sticks. It'll be a first down for the Voodoo. Looks like they're going to matriculate it down the field. That ball's going to be spotted at the 37-yard line. 2:50 remaining in the first quarter. Neither team able to find an edge thus far. X, the ball carrier. He'll get to the 40-yard line. Number 8. That's number 9 on the stop for the Ferrari boys. Number 8, or X, running it once again. He'll be brought down by X. Yes, it'll be 3rd and 3. So the Voodoo putting together a slow, meticulous, grinding drive. There's some movement up front. And they're going to say it's offside, so that'll be an automatic first down for the Voodoo. The sticks will move. And the official signals the chains to boogie on down. Ball at the 48. And the Turf Monster is going to get X this time. So nothing he can do there. L.A. Mike gets it on the false reverse. There's a flag. Personal foul. Oh, wait a minute, holding. So that's going to come back. And they're going to mark that one off. So that'll come back to the 39-yard line. So with the ball at the 39-yard line, Let's see, quarterback's going to keep it. Puts it up under stress. And, yeah, he got it. Chet Down, that's the name on the back of the jersey, I kid you not, is able to get it basically laying down on the ground. And that's number 11. So it is complete. The first down's there. Extra ball carry. He runs into the pile. And he'll go down at the 39-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 7. And we have an injured player on the field. We'll be right back.
They got period water and donuts.
I like the water. True meaning of ghetto bullshit.
All right. We do all right.
Yeah, come on. 1 second.
See?
Who you got? Me and Coach Lou.
Who you got?
Who you got? Me and Lou.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone.
All right, big number 20 is having to come out of the game, but he's able to walk off under his own power. As we always say, safety is the utmost priority for these kids. Blessing the babies doesn't just mean providing an avenue for the great sport of football. LA Mike's going to take off to his left, and he's going to accelerate, and he is going to stumble on into the end zone. ATL Elite. The Voodoo is going to get into the end zone. Now we have an injured player on the field, so we're going to take another timeout while they tend to him.
Just give us a rundown on what's going to happen when they see your team on the field.
Yeah, we're expected to dominate down in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? We're looking forward to it. Cam event, man, which, you know, Cam is he's very supportive in the organization, ATL Elite. I mean, I love my guy. You know, I raised him. You know what I'm saying? It's my dog. You feel me? So, you know, him bringing his babies back to my organization was big for me, man. Like, I would definitely appreciate it. We're going to support everything he does moving forward. Him and Dad, brother, you know, all of them, man. You know, they family. So we're looking for to dominate. We're looking for to dominate at all ages. I know 8's going. I think my 9s are going in, my 10s. So we're looking to dominate. You know what I'm saying? 8 just coming off a big win against GA. You know, I had to take care of Ken. So, you know, we're looking forward to it, man, having fun and enjoying Charlotte. And yeah, we plan to go out there and dominate.
All right, here we go.
All right, we are getting back to the contest here. The players look like he's going to be okay. The Voodoo have scored, and they're going to go for 2.
And on to number 20 up the middle. And he'll be
Number 20 is going to lose the football, so the PAT is not going to be any good. Nonetheless, the Voodoo take the lead 6-0 as we prepare to enter the second quarter. The Ferrari Boyz will be receiving a kickoff shortly, and they're going to want to look to answer back. Great defensive battle in the first half. That pass right there turned out to be a momentum shifter. And then you had the other big play. And big play thus far is the difference. L.A. Mike running for that score. I like some of these nicknames they got there. So we got Cutthroat, Cali's Finest, LA Mike, Uno. The Predator. And that ball almost mishandled by the Ferrari boys. And we all know what has happened in some of these prior contests with these kickoffs. And I guarantee you that the Ferrari boys do not want to be a part of those series of events with special teams. And so they finally get the ball spotted at the 45-yard line. Clock running toward the end of the second half with about 9:40 remaining in the second quarter. So the Ferrari boys get set. And they're trying to get it sorted out. They're going to go 4 wide, 3 to the left. And the receivers, number 4 is trying to get his guys get to the line of scrimmage. Number 12 is going to carry it. And there's 3 who's going to be involved in that one. Leading the way on that one, number 90, Cutthroat. Once again, Ferrari boys look to the sideline to get the call. Try to get the receiver set. They're going 4 wide, 3 to the left once again. Single man in the backfield. Bobbles the snap. Gets rid of it. And that pass is complete. But at a price, number 4 gets it. Hey, but you know what? It moves the sticks. Beautiful catch, beautiful hit. First down, Ferrari boys. So let's see what that passing game is going to do. So this time you got 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Number 12 can't go anywhere. He's dragging. He'll get about 2 out of that. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 43. And we have another injury timeout, number 12. Will come off the field under his own power, thankfully. So they keep it moving. So we got trips to the right. Once again, single man in the backfield. They're trying to go up the middle, and there's not been a whole lot of real estate available there. Number 1, the ball carrier for the Ferrari boys. So that'll bring up 3rd down. They need about 7 to move the sticks. The ball at the 42. They don't change the formation. 1 goes into motion, so we got empty backfield. Throws it on the run. It is a beautiful one. And I tell you what, number 4 with the grab. And there were 4 of those Voodoo players that bought a ticket for a ride to go with that catch by the Ferrari boys, because he dragged them with him. For the yard after the catch, that ball gets to the 16-yard line. So the Ferrari boys putting it in the air effectively. Same formation. Steps up. Throws the fade. And Handy open man. 0-0 wide open. And to be honest with you, I probably would say that had more to do with the throw than the route. 0-0, but, you know, that's what you do as a good receiver. You got to come to the ball. And that's okay. That's something they can go back and look at on film and learn from. So that'll bring up second down from the 16-yard line. 5:53 remaining in the first half of play. Number 7 coming out with the play. Trips right, single man to the left. One goes into motion. They do it again, and he goes right up the middle this time. He'll get to the 11-yard line. And that'll bring up third down. So it'll be 3rd and 6. Number 7 keeps it. They're looking for it to come in the air. Number 7 is going to be just short of the goal line. But a nice balance of play by the Ferrari boys. They are mixing it up nicely on this drive. Also eating up a ton of clock. And we've got ourselves another nice ball game right here. So here comes the play in from the sideline. And timeout, Ferrari boys. We'll be back in just a few. All right, we are back. The Ferrari boys have put together a very nice drive. They are at the 1-yard line. And the Voodoo, they're playing good defense. We're seeing good tackling. The Voodoo had 2 big plays that led to their score. But the Ferrari boys have put together a really nice, grinding, sustained drive. Through the air, on the ground, mixing it up, going left, going right, keeping the defense honest. So here we go. I formation, and that one's going to be overthrown. Number 13, the intended receiver. So 2nd and goal to go. And that's a tough throw and a tough catch. I get what they're trying to do. You throw it high enough that only your receiver can get it, but you could also risk tossing that thing out the back of the end zone. And that's fine, too, as long as it's, you're not talking about a pick. You're only losing it down with it being incomplete. Levin is going to get tripped up immediately by number 27. So that goes nowhere. And actually he loses a yard on the play. So a 3rd and goal to go. And you don't want to get down here and not come away with points. That will just eat at your insides if that happens. And they're trying to do the tush push. That doesn't work. So now you're at 4th down. I'll say this. I would have really expected them to go towards the edges. They've got the speed to do that. And they decide to just, it's a matter of wills, I guess. And they want to impose their will. And so now we've got a timeout by the Ferrari boys. So we'll be back to the C1N Halloween Showcase in just a moment.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone. Because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
You have guys now in the college ranks. You have guys doing well in high school. Kind of that is your forte, right? You tell me about coaching the offensive line and coaching the young kids and making sure it translates.
The most important thing is.
All right, we're back. This is going to be interesting. So they're going to put it in the air, and that is caught by number 11. Touchdown for the Ferrari boys. And I'm telling you, I would have expected them to have done something like that earlier. And talk about playing with fire, but they got it. So they got the score. 3:31 remaining in the second quarter. So let's see what they do for the PAT. Voodoo did not get theirs, and they are lined up from the 1-point spot at the 3. So number 7 has the play. Number 4 goes into motion. Ball's on the ground, and this one's going to go nowhere as well. The enforcer will down the ball carrier. So we got a ball game with 3:31 remaining in the second quarter. Both defenses playing well, both offenses taking what they can, and we're knotted up at 6 apiece. And this one is ranking right up there as well with the other contest. Winds blowing out there and keeping things cooled down with an overcast sky here in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. We are at Johnson C. Smith University and Eddie C. McGirt Field with the C1N Halloween Showcase. As Cam Newton says, we want to bless the babies. And what better way to do it than through the great game of football to help build better young men. There's the kick. Number 3 on the return. And he's going to be brought down right around the 48-yard line. And the nickname on the back of his jersey, Black Mafia. So they put the nose of the ball at the 49. And number 24 comes in, and there's a flag. I want to see the Frank the Tank is in there, number 24. Is that hard to field camera get that? Because I was going to say, I thought he had a whole paragraph on the back of his jersey. That is a big boy. Frank the Tank. We got to show that one to the fans. I mean, they got some interesting nicknames out there. Look at number 24 out there. There he is, Frank the Tank, and he is all that. And straight up the middle is Lex, and he is going to go to the house.
Straight up the middle on tackle. 248. And they answer right back.
So 55 the biggest, and then you got Frank the Tank. There's no wonder he ran like that. Look at that. I mean, when you got those guys in there, you talk about blowing open a hole. And next, that nickname is Booby. They give it to him, so Booby on the run is no good.
12-6 ball game, just 248 with banging in his head. I tell you what.
So you got the biggest and Frank the Tank out there. You got to love it. I love those nicknames. So the Voodoo answer right back in short order with another big play. And that looks like that's going to be the key for the Ferrari boys, is stopping the big play. So we'll see how the Ferrari boys answer back. Obviously, handling the kickoff is of utmost importance. So we'll see how they do. Juju with the kickoff. And they're able to get on top of it. Number 9, handling the recovery. So the ball's going to be spotted at the 50-yard line. And it ain't like the Ferrari boys ain't got any size up front. Now I'm looking at big number 3 and number 75. I would hate to get the feeding bill for those boys. I've got sons myself, so I feel your pain, Mom and Dad. There's a handoff to number 1. Bounces it outside, but he has to turn it back in, and he's going to be stopped immediately. King Kong, number 16, in on that stop. So they're in no hurry. 1:54 remaining. Ferrari boys taking their time. And there is no need to rush. Overall, having a great game. There, you put it in the air. And that pass is going to be caught. And it's a first down. Let's see, they're going to down them at the 30. So first down for the Ferrari boys. And that patience is paying off because they're hitting the big plays when they need to, mixing it up nicely. And those PATs are going to be the difference in these games, and especially this one as it's shaping up. There's a quick release, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver number 4. So the ball remains at the 30. 1:37 remaining in the first half. So they get the play in from the sideline. We're glad you're here with us. Make sure you hit that like button. Share with your family and friends. A C1N Halloween showcase. Number 27 with the stop. Number 7, the ball carrier. So the Voodoo not allowing a lot of action in the middle. But credit to the Ferrari boys. They keep attacking it because you want to keep them honest. And you don't want to become a one-dimensional team. You know, they'll just stack up 8-9 in the box every time. And so we have a timeout on the field for the Voodoo. We'll be right back. 57 seconds remaining in the first half.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone. Because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
All right, coming out of the timeout, the Ferrari boys putting together a nice drive, nice mix of run, and they hit the pass, get the big play themselves, but their drive's been a little more slower and more methodical and chewing up clock. However, 57 seconds remains in the first half of play, so they're going to want to try to do whatever it is they're going to do to send a message going into halftime. One goes into motion. Plenty of time to throw. 7 pulls it down, and he's still back behind the line. Has the open man, and it's dropped by number 13. That pass wide open. All he had to do was stroll and roll into the end zone. Those are the plays you say, oh, my gosh, I wish I had it back all over again. And that pass is picked off. And that is number 10, L.A. Mike, waving back and stops and walks into the end zone and tosses it up. Well, you live by the pass, you die by the pass. And that's going to be a touchdown. He jumps the route, does L.A. Mike, and takes off down the sideline, going, and gone, and gives the peace sign. And gets to the 5 and walks on in as no one's going to catch him. And I was just talking about making a statement before going into the half. And that is exactly what the Voodoo does. And so the PAT attempt is no good. So the Voodoo will take the lead 18-6 with 30 seconds remaining in the first half of play. L.A. Mike jumping the route and getting the score. And that pick six right there is probably, to this moment, probably the play of the weekend. It's not my decision to make, but that's kind of where my mind is with it. And the Ferrari boys, you know, having moved down the field and moved down it well, can't let this take the wind out of their sails. They just need to go out there and do what they do and get back at it. So we're getting ready for the kickoff. Ball marked at the 40. Number 15, Juju, getting ready to kick it. And that was going to be retrieved by number 1. It'll be brought down by X, a.k.a. Booby. Believe number 11 was involved with that as well. We have an injured player on the field. So we're going to take a quick injury timeout, and we'll be right back.
You have guys now in the college ranks. You have guys doing well in high school. Kind of that is your forte, right? You tell me about coaching the offensive line and coaching the young kids and making sure it translates.
The most important thing is, like, I've been able to teach babies how to block their proper way. And I think by teaching them the proper way, you know, translate to when they get to high school. Like Langston Hughes, I got a couple of kids that played me since they were 7. I mean, they're bona fide athletes right now, you know, headed to college. And one of them is Dontrell Glover, man. I love him. He like my kid. He like my kid, you know what I'm saying? And the way he works on and off the field, like, you know what I'm saying? Just.
All right, so we're back. Number 11 with the reception, shakes off a tackle, stays on his feet, and he's going to get to the 37-yard line. Down to 7 seconds remaining in the first half. That pick 6 by L.A. Mike makes up for those missed PATs for sure. And the clock winds down, and that'll do it for the first half of play. The Atlanta Elite Voodoo leads the MDVU Ferrari Boyz 18-6. We're going to come back in just a bit to the C1N Halloween Showcase.
donuts.
I like the water. True meaning of ghetto bullshit.
All right. We do all of it? Yeah, cool. See?
Who you got? Me and Coach Lou.
Who you got?
Who you got? Me and Lou.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody gotta eat, so they can leave me alone. Because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing. I won.
They got period water and donuts.
I like the water. True meaning of ghetto bullshit.
All right. We do all of it? Yeah, cool. See?
Who you got? Me and Coach Lou.
Who you got?
Who you got? Me and Lou.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody gotta eat, so they can leave me alone. Because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
All right, we're coming back out of the second half, or into the second half. The Voodoo with the big pick six by L.A. Mike to make a statement to end the first half. The Ferrari boys were driving, and I had made a statement that that's probably what to do. And the other key to that is that they had to kick off to the Voodoo, but, you know, they've got it at the 49, so they scored to end the half, and now they got possession once again, and this game has the potential to become a runaway. So we'll see what happens. And if the Ferrari boys defense can get the ball back. And there's a flag. There's a timeout on the field. Looks like the Voodoo called a timeout. So we'll be right back. 9:35 remaining in the third quarter.
I was scared of letting go. I won.
They got period water and donuts.
I like the water.
All right, we're coming back. There's a timeout called early. Looks like by the Voodoo. Yeah, the beautiful hawk flying around the stadium. Saw a raccoon yesterday checking out the trash cans. as is off their wont. If you live in the country, you know what I mean. So 3 to the right. There's a quick release, and that's going to hit the turf. And so because it was a lateral, it will go back to the 46-yard line. So loss of yardage on the play will make it 2nd and 15 for the Voodoo. I think there's some miscommunication on the handoff. That play took a minute to develop. Little hilly. A little highlight. There it is, a little highlight. Number 8 on the carry. L.A. Mike and Mooby in the backfield. And the Ferrari boys gobble up the ball carrier. So not a lot happening there. That'll bring up 4th down. 13 yards to go. And I would surmise they're going to punt it on this one. Out comes number 15. So Juju, who handles the kicking chores for the Voodoo, is about to punt it. Number 4 back deep to receive for the Ferrari boys. That ball takes a bounce in favor of the Voodoo and will go out of bounds around the 30. Might have made it to the 29. So it is spotted at the 30-yard line. And if you're watching, it's on the near hash mark. So for all you fans watching on Facebook, make sure you share with family members, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, relatives, significant others, and whomever, friends at work. The C1N Halloween Showcase, brought to you live from Johnson C. Smith University, Eddie C. McGirt Field, here in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. If you're not sure where to direct them, and nothing much happening there, the enforcer, double aught, or 0-0 if you will, jumps all over that. So the play loses a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. And the ball will be spotted at the 29. But make sure you hit that like button. When you share it, tell them just to get on the Facebook page and type in the search Cam, make a space, Newton, Newton, and it'll direct you right there. Scroll down and you will see the game. Number 3 on defense, the intended receiver, number 4. Number 3 with the nickname Black Mafia on the back of his jersey. So that'll bring up 3rd down. The Ferrari boys trying to get something going here. They have been effective passing it, the pick 6 notwithstanding, but they do need to run the ball effectively. So number 4 is going to get it, but there's a player right there to meet him, and he's going to slow him down enough for his teammates to come in and offer up help. So that'll bring up 4th down, and I would surmise that they will punt in turn rather than giving the Voodoo short field position. So the ball is at the 33-yard line. It is 4th and 7. L.A. Mike, who has been doing yeoman work for the Voodoo, back deep to receive. Number 22 talks to his center. And he gets a nice high one. And it takes a bounce in favor of the Voodoo. Wait a minute, there's a hand on it. It touches a player. And that's all it has to do. Wait a minute. There's some discussions got to happen here. That ball touched some players. Yep, that will be the Ferrari Boyz football. And honestly, in situations like that, you can't be mad at any of the kids. They were upright. That ball just bounced around in between their legs. And kudos to the Ferrari Boyz for being aware enough to say, hey, that thing is live. It touched one of those guys. Let me get on it. So they'll get a fresh set of downs. And that ball's going to be spotted at the 44-yard line. I saw that ball get tangled around some feet. And I knew somebody had to get it. And it turns out it was the Ferrari Boyz. So the Voodoo remains on defense. 4-man front. 4 with the quick screen. There's a flag on the field. Hold on. Block in the back. Or interference. Which one is it? Okay, we're looking at it. So, block in the back. The official on the far side had both hands out. So, wasn't sure what was going on there. But the white hat confirms it was a block in the back. So that ball comes back to the 35. So with the penalty, it'll be 1st and 20. And the penalties have just stifled the Ferrari Boyz offense, as they'll get that positive yardage and there'll be a penalty lurking around the corner. And they got to get it set on the right hash mark. And that one will go to the far side of the field from the camera view. But, you know, they keep getting good yardage, and then the penalties just eat them alive. And somehow or another, they got to find a way to fix that. It's not that they're just, you know, simply getting outright just beat by the Voodoo. They have done some things to be their own worst enemy. Penalties and turnovers, which is, they tell you it'll be that all the time. That ball is in the air. And that pass is incomplete. Number 4 had good position, well-defended play. And here in the stadium, I could hear some of the Ferrari Boyz fans. You know, everything is an interference. Just because he's right next to the receiver, that's where he's supposed to be. If he's making a play on the ball or defending it, which he was, that's what you got. So it's 2nd down. Ball at the 35-yard line. They're going to put it in the air. And that doesn't go anywhere. He's going to get swallowed up. Number 90, Cutthroat. Number 2 has a hoodie, so I can't make out his nickname. But Big Big Shug. Gets in there to stuff that as well. So we've got a timeout on the field. We'll be right back in just a bit. All right, we're back. Ferrari Boyz trying to get something to work, anything to work. Additional yardage lost on the play, takes the ball back to the 30-yard line. So they're in a precarious position here.
All right, 2:31 in the third. Got 18-6 ball game.
So it's 3rd and 24 at this point. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. Cuts it back inside. And he's going to be brought down by number 10. And L.A. Mike, who's been everywhere for the Voodoo, is going to bring him down. So it's 4th down. And they're going to need about 15 yards to move those sticks. And looks like they're going to punt. And I would say that is a wise move. You do not want to give the Voodoo short field position. They've got guys that have been moving it all over the place offensively. And the Ferrari Boyz, for the most part, have been able to slow them down except for the big plays. So the ball is dribbled. He gets it off. And that's going to take a Ferrari Boyz bounce. And it will go dead at the 36-yard line. Good job by the Ferrari Boyz. And the Voodoo offense will come back out to the field on a blustery fall day here in lovely Charlotte, North Carolina. We're coming to you live from Johnson C. Smith University and Eddie C. McGirt Field. This is the C1N Halloween Showcase. So Booby running the ball, that's X. And he's going to be brought down by number 20, and that's a big boy. They have land on top of you. But he gets to the 41. So it's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5, and they're keeping it up tempo. And there goes Booby. One man to beat. And he's going to be brought down by number 4. And X marks the spot as he has a fresh set of downs. Another big play by the Voodoo. And they're going up tempo. They're just going to keep at him. Number 14 is going to get credit for the stop there. That goes nowhere. So that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball's going to remain at the 22-yard line. 1:05 remaining in the third quarter, clock running. The next contest is supposed to start at 1:30. And that is the Sid Wolverines versus the Brick City Boys 10U.
You know they got to be down 9. Number 14, you good gracious.
So number 14 bringing the lumber.
Look like 4. X, sorry.
And L.A. Mike slipping through, and he's going to be dragged down by number 11. The sticks are going to move. And the Voodoo keeping it up tempo. They are looking to fully wear down the Ferrari Boyz. So strong right is the formation. It's a 1st down. The ball spotted at the 12. And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Atlanta Elite Voodoo lead the MDVU Ferrari Boyz 18-6 as we prepare to enter the final quarter of the contest. This is the C1N Halloween Showcase. We'll be back in just a second.
give us a rundown on what's going to happen when they see your team on the field.
Yeah, we're expected to dominate down in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? We're looking forward to it. Cam event, man, which, Cam is he's very supportive in the organization, ATL Elite. I mean, I love my guy. I raised him. You know what I'm saying? It's my dog. You feel me? So, him bringing his babies back to my organization was big for me, man. Like, I would definitely appreciate it. We're going to support everything he does moving forward, him and dad, brother, all of them, man. They family. So we're looking for to dominate. We're looking for to dominate at all ages. I know 8's going. I think my 9s are going, my 10s. So we're looking to dominate. You know what I'm saying? 8 just coming off a big win against GA. I had to take care of Ken. So, we looking forward. We're looking forward to it, man.
All right, we're back. They're in the red zone. So that old pile just shoving its way forward for about 2 yards. Make that 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7. And the ball was at the 9. The Voodoo basically, just getting it done. This one's going to be snapped direct to Booby, and he's going to make it to the corner. Here's a flag. Here's a flag on the field. Hold your horses. Holding. So that's going to bring them back even further. So the holding call will be marked off, and that should put it somewhere around the 20-yard line. The next contest scheduled for 1:30 is Ed Wolverines 10U versus the Brick City Boys 10U. All you got to do is go to Facebook, type in Cam Newton. It'll lead you to his page where you can see all of these games. We want to thank you for hanging in there with us on a lovely Sunday, a bit blustery, overcast. Temperature is about 56 degrees outside. Had some rain last night move in across the area. We're coming to you live from Johnson C. Smith University and Eddie C. McGirt Field here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. So the ball goes back to the 19. Score was negated. Let's see what happens here. And that play gets about 2 yards. So it'll go, let's make that 3. It'll go to the 16. Booby is going to get bopped, if you will. Number 12. And he has the right to flex. And, I mean, he popped him. So, number 20. The ball is at the 20. I heard the announcer out there. You got to pardon me. He cracked me up just a second ago. Nonetheless, it is 4th down. And a potential score was negated by the penalty. So, there's the toss. The ball's on the ground. And Lowell Highlight has the one thing that's going to be real, and that's a drop ball. So it'll be 1st and 10, 23. So things have kind of a goofy turn of events as they had a surefire touchdown, but the penalty negates that at the end ultimately. So here come the Ferrari boys. The pass complete to number 1, and he's going to get his block knocked off. Number 10 right there to meet him. Number 11. Chat down. Lays the wood. So that ball is going to be placed around the 20 as it lost some yardage. So it'll be second and about 12 for the Ferrari boys. To go 4 wide, 3 to the left, 1 to the right, single man in the backfield. He puts it up, has the open man. That pass is going to be complete. That big rangy number 6 out there. Hadn't heard much from him all day. And they've got some receivers. So that moves the sticks. And the ball is going to be spotted right at the 35-yard line. First down for the Ferrari boys. And I mean, that thing was on a rope. You couldn't have asked for a better pass than that. So 6:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. And they're going to have to pick up the tempo because the clock stops being your friend when you're down by 2 scores, puts it up, and that pass is going to be defended. The intended receiver, number 4, number 11, he's in there to stop it. So at this point, it'll be interesting to see what they do, because they have got to get it downfield quickly. They really need to score quickly to keep enough time on that clock to get some plays off. So they're going to go trips to the left. Single man in the backfield to the left. 1 man to the right. And number 11 is going to run it, and he's going to have enough for a first down. Uno with the tackle along with Flash, but that ball's going to go to the 46-yard line. And like I said, you know, it's not that there's no potential there. They just got to sustain those drives and finish them. Do the Ferrari boys. Number 11 will dive for about a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 9. So they stay with what they bought as far as formation, with 3 to the left and 1 to the right as far as receivers and a single man in the backfield. Not changing anything, keeping it simple. And offsides is going to be the call against the Voodoo. They jumped. They were showing blitz, but they left a little early. So that's going to put the ball at the 48-yard line inside ATL Elite territory. And the Ferrari boys not changing a thing, except that the back is now to the right. There's the handoff. Oh, they fake it to number 11. And they're going to have a first down. Number 7 fakes the handoff and goes off tackle and gets to move the sticks. The ball goes to the 42-yard line. So the clock continues to run. And as I say, tick, tick, tick. You got to be aware of that. So number 11 over there to the right of the quarterback. There's an extra blocker. He has time, puts it up, and throws it into a sea of yellow. That is about as dangerous as it gets. Number 4, the intended receiver. And the Voodoo are locking in on him. And they've got other targets to engage. That quarterback has got to start looking around the field. And those guys have got to work to get open and come back to the QB to give him a chance. So the clock stops at 4:17. They're staying with what they got from a formation standpoint. Quick pass to number 13. He has a blocker, but he's going to be wrapped up from behind by Uno. Number 1 for the Voodoo. So number 12 goes into motion. This time number 7 takes up off the middle. And the official has to get out of the way. But he moves the sticks. So they're keeping him honest, like I said, but the clock working against them. And they got to reel off these plays. And I think the Voodoo are going to take a timeout with 3:28 remaining in final quarter of play. We'll be back in just a few to the C1N Halloween Showcase.
Cool, now scared of letting go. I won.
They got period warning donuts. I like the water.
All right, we are back, fans. And the Ferrari boys, with 3:28 remaining on the clock, trying to get that score off. And they really need to give themselves a chance. So you got to make it happen quickly. Time is not on their side. There's the snap. Number 7 trying to get out of there, but he's going to be swallowed up by Big 99. So it'll be 2nd and 13. The ball at the 31-yard line. Clock continues to run. They try to run it. Number 12 is not going to have anywhere to go. As a sea of black and gold brings them down. That puts the ball at the 33. So it'll be 3rd and 14. And both teams, elite teams from all around the country, participating in this showcase. From the east to the west coast, number 1, the ball carrier, he's going to get stuffed. And the coaches have their hands in the air. They can't believe what they're seeing. And that's going to bring up 4th down. So the ball's at the 32-yard line. And one of the things I hadn't really seen a whole lot was working the edges. So we got another timeout on the field, 1:47 remaining in the 4th quarter. This is the C1N Halloween Showcase. We'll be right back. So the Ferrari boys come off the sideline, and they have to make this work. This fourth down is going to be it for sure, barring something strange happening. They have got to at least get a fresh set of downs or score right now. It is 4th and 13. Ball at the 32-yard line. So he's dropping back. He puts it up, and it's nearly picked off. The wild man, number 13, breaks it up ultimately. With 1:42 remaining in the contest, all the Voodoo has to do is take a couple of knees and call it a day's work, and they will be done. So Voodoo rotating players in and out. Booby runs it off to his right. Start to accelerate. Only has number 4 to beat. Stays in bounds. So the clock will continue to run. And they're going to get to the 38-yard line. Voodoo trying to run up tempo to try to put another one on the board. Booby once again getting the carry, and he's going to be stuffed. So the said Wolverines 10U versus the Brick City Boys 10U coming up at 1:30. And they're putting it in the air, and that pass is going to fall incomplete and stop the clock with 45 seconds remaining. So the ball at the 37-yard line. Number 10, L.A. Mike, stays on his feet, trying to break tackles. And that clock is going to continue to run. And there's a timeout by the ATL Elite Voodoo. The ball is at the 26-yard line. So officials check their books as we're in the timeout. So because we're limited on time, I'm going to go straight into the summary of this contest. It really boils down to the Ferrari boys not being able to complete drives. Yes, there were some mistakes made, but had they been able to complete some of those drives, we might be looking at a different ball game. Also, some mishandling of special teams play, pick six notwithstanding, because 6 of those points up there is a result of that. What you end up doing is, and penalties put you in a position where you have to throw it deep. And throwing it deep is what created those risks. Therefore, you know, the Elite Voodoo comes away with a victory. Now there goes X trying to run it around to his right. So the clock is going to continue to run. And personal foul against the Ferrari boys. So that's going to move it 15 yards in favor of the Voodoo. The penalty also stops the clock. Booby trying to run it. He'll be down just inside the 10, and this should do it. As the clock winds down, they're trying to get up and get another playoff. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. And that's going to do it. End of the contest. The ATL Elite Voodoo come away with a victory, 18-6 over the MDVU Ferrari boys. We'll be back in a little bit with the Said Wolverines versus the Brick City Boys 10U. This is Freddie Flowers, the voice of C1N, here at the C1N Halloween Showcase live from Johnson C. Smith University and Eddie C. McGirt Field.